Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition Taishi on the Mysterious JG. I'm starting to get the hang of the game a little bit. Very different from Nobunaga's Ambition, Rise to Power. So far, I have to say I liked Rise to Power more. It gave you more of a sense that your cities were different and you could do different things with them. But, I mean, honestly, they've simplified this game a bit. There are things I don't understand yet because I haven't spent that much time with it. But they've really simplified quite a few things, and on balance, I liked having the kind of control and detail of Rise to Power because of the genre of game, but this isn't bad. Like, I can see how, if they want to make it just a little bit more accessible for someone who wants the game to move just a little bit faster, at this point, early on, I don't feel like the changes they made with the desire to speed things up and simplify, I don't think they're like gutting the game. Like, I could see a reasonable person could argue this game is better, and I wouldn't write them off as an idiot. I would be able to respectfully disagree with that viewpoint because it's, you know, it's not too bad. Our aggression is really high, and the enemy's aggression is low. I have not 100% figured out what aggression does, but it appears to be fairly key. I think it like affects your combat abilities. I don't know that you can't launch a war if your aggression is low. And maybe hopefully I'll never have to find out. Because the Shimazu were considered an aggressive clan, for sure. It's a domestic turn. I should be doing domestics. What am I doing here? Trade zones we have not expanded into. This is probably what I should have been doing last time, instead of investing. No agricultural commands yet. After this battle's over, I'm going to move a few people into this town, which will now have the benefit of these camps. I'm not going to do it right away. But I'm kind of curious about how they work. Each month, experience increases in neighboring castles and sometimes learns a new ability. That's still not real expensive.
Understood.
Understood. Ha!
I've got lots of places where I can... Oh, a new trading town can be built. Where? Oh, because I just took over this city. Let me not act on this until after I've taken Taka and seen what the broader... Because I've learned more about the value of T-towns, for example. But you're pretty limited in where you can build these. I could build a reservoir here.
I understand.
And a trading town here. Because in these hexes that affect two different towns, I need to think about... Well, hold on a second. Well, no, I can't build a trading town there anyway. It has to be on a trade zone. So I don't really understand sometimes what that means exactly. But we will build.
As you will.
And Serena C is definitely the mistress of trade. That's like her whole character, unless I'm mixing her up with another created character, and I don't think I am. So yeah, like here might be a place to build. Once I've taken over those cities, if they're going to be my front line, I could build like a leader camp and a combat camp that affects both cities. But I'm going to hold off because I might pick a different city. Forges, on the other hand, and ranches, I need to start building on these places where I can't build anything else. And they're more effective on places that have resources. But I don't think there's hexes with resources that I haven't done anything with. In some cases, I didn't do the thing I should have done.
Right.
Which are these places the fish at? Fish is down there, that makes sense. Because you probably can't build a fishing village there if it doesn't have fish as a resource. Now, okay, so now it's taking more than a month. So maybe I just want to have the people who can do it in 30 days do it, and otherwise back out. I'm really going through my gold again, though. But now that I'm not worried about upgrading that castle, it's kind of okay. I'm going to need to upgrade a frontline castle against the Ōtomo eventually, though. Okay. So somebody has to come to Sadawara. And I'm going to want to bring up... are you the guy who has to actually go in the city? Uh-huh. It's free to see. Might need to back off and go to Politics Town once I get at Politics University. Leader, Valor, Intelligence. Yeah, she's more about Pole. What I'm saying is I gotta get some lords going in these castles that are getting all pissy. But I also want to get make sure the Shimazu boys are up here. You, despite appearances, are not one of the Shimazu boys I'm talking about. Oh, I can't move the people who are currently marching. Excuse me. He's got the... So Grimmeth Reaper has the worst loyalty, but he also isn't really a war officer. So I'm thinking making him the mayor of the city that now has stuff that will improve pull for formality and intelligence. Matter of fact, let's just do that right now. Because the other people that off the top of my head are going down there are not as pissed off as he is. So that should help. It'll also make it harder for anyone to recruit him because he's so freaking far away from any other force that might come and convince him to just ditch us. Now, who else do I want here with low loyalty? Serena C might be pulled back, but Rosario Toriyama, what city is he currently in? Hirasa. It's only got 3 officers. Can make him Lord of Arasa. Who's the Lord of Arasa now? A guy who's already super loyal. So let's put him in charge.
I understand.
See if that helps with his attitude. Put him into orange at least. Grimmeth is probably still in red, but it'll help. And with no, he's in orange too. Okay. So maybe it will end up being Serena C. She is in Azumi. Azumi is up. Yeah, she will definitely. Okay, well, maybe we can make her the leader of Azumi instead.
As you will.
Okay, so now I can just pull people who are, like, Uchi is a good place to pull from. I can just pull people who have decent war scores and are already in a city that's got way too many officers. Hold on, let's check something out here before we proceed farther. One of these guys specifically has to be in that last city we're going to conquer. Oh, we're not... Never mind. I'm not going to get the instructions on that until after we've... I won't get that detail on that quest until after we've actually unlocked the quest, which I haven't done yet. I can certainly get... Well, Almendreda's got a great leader. I owe Alda an apology. I told him on a Zerfall stream in the chat that he had participated in the last battle and used triple shot, and I think someone else used triple shot because when I went back, I don't know that Almendreda was actually in the fight at all, but she should be up there now. Hold on a second, though. What city is she in? Kakuto. Never mind. That wasn't how I was going to do it. I was going to do it... I needed to do it based on where people were at and pick Uchi because it's got so many officers. So Yoshihisa is supposed to actually be in the battle, so it makes sense for him to go up there. And Tochihisa... Otherwise, I'm just looking for cities that already have lots of officers. Nobody's really got more than about 4 other than Uchi, which has tons. Yoshihisa's already going. You have scores in the 50s and 30, no. 60, 70, 70. You're not terrible. You'd be an okay support officer. It's probably enough to start us off. I haven't picked... Well, I can't pick a lord. It'll automatically... The reason I couldn't pick a lord is because the ruler of the force is going there, so he's automatically the lord of the castle that he's in. Won't let me do that here. Okay, because he hasn't switched cities yet. Alright. No agriculture actions. I already used my commerce action. I already spent a bunch of money working on our Trinity College Dublin down here. Our Oxbridge. So let's get moving. We will finish off Taka Michinoku. Sano was eliminated by the Hojo. For a minute, I thought the Hojo had been eliminated. I was like, wait, what? That's not going to happen for a while. Uesugi declares war on why, Uesugi? Why, Uesugi? Why?
Everyone, sound the victory.
Kalan Owari Sanada has subjugated Taka Castle. So Kalan Owari Sanada, hope you're still watching, buddy. You took the first 2 cities. You in fact eliminated the Ito clan and accomplished our first quest. Little Judge Ito was eliminated by Shimazu. Let's decide what to do with the captives. Please select those you wish to employ. Those you do not employ will either be freed or executed. So we're going to try to employ them all. And it looks like everybody, including their clan leader, will join us. Now here's where it gets interesting. I am going to try and take a city. A little swat on the nose for the Ōtomo. I'm going to see if I can take this city over. I'm not at war with those guys? How am I not at war with those guys? You know what? I think I'm getting confused. On my off-screening, I did go after Agata, but it was after the next battle we won with the Ōtomo. Because once we defeated this clan, the war ended. So its allies who were coming to fight us are no longer at war with us, I guess. That being the case, everybody go home. So disband the army and send units back.
Let us go back.
Let us go back. Let us attack. Unification of 3 states. I need to grab a water before I start doing a bunch of reading. With the subjugation of the land of Hyuga, the Shimazu's clan's everlasting dream of unifying Sanshῡ has finally come true.
Well, we did it, brother. We did what Lord Jisshinsai, our pops, always wanted to.
Indeed, you all fought well, and that bore the fruit of victory. We cannot celebrate too much, however. I have received a rather unpleasant report. I knew this was coming. Your worries were correct, I'm afraid. Soren Ōtomo, the man with the most authority in Kyushu, has begun his move.
I bet with that Ito lot running to him screaming for help. I bet with that Ito lot running to him and screaming for help.
So he's going to march his armies into Hyuga, claiming to be retaking Yoshiyuki's lands, is he? And that is not all either. Rumor has it the Soren is rather eager to make Hyuga a Christian land.
Give me a break. Mr. Priest just can't get enough of playing the Westerner, can he?
Yeah, he's a real round eye. He is a fool who has let his pride get the better of him, yet he has fearsome power at his command.
Ayasa, if we were going to knock out his troops, where would we do it?
Take castle of Shinoin. It is a mountain castle overlooking Takegagawa River. I will lead the Hyuga warriors and fortify it. The Ōtomo are numerous. With our troops, it will be like a mantis trying to stop a rolling boulder with its pincers. Worry not, and leave this matter to me. I will make Taka Castle Soren's grave. Once the Ōtomo have latched on to Yeisa at Taka Castle, we will reinforce them and cut them down at the root. Yoshihiro, Tokahisa, arrange to march. Understood.
Aye, lure him in good, Aisha.
I mean, Aisha, not Aisha.
Hey, everybody, it's Aisha. Something, something. She gonna be there for you.
Sorry, I don't remember what it was. Brother, watch as I defeat our foes. Soren Ōtomo, distant relative of the old lord of Hyuga, Yoshisuke Ito, marched a large army south, claiming to be after the retaking of the Ito's territory. However, it was a secret known by all that Soren's true aim was the establishment of a Christian kingdom. Dosetsu Takibana and many other important retainers strongly opposed this military action. The Ōtomo army was large, but not united. That made for an opening that the Shimazu army would exploit. Two officers, including Lita's grandma, have entered Obi Castle. So now... That's not what I meant. Now... we do have details on this new quest. Doesn't seem to be a time limit attached to it, but... we need Ayahisa Shimazu to enter Taka Castle. I believe that will trigger it. He is... the one with the piercing brows. Well, so I won't do that right away, but I'll get him up. I need to get him up there eventually, because that will immediately trigger it. Since I'm no longer worried about building up my defenses, I just want to make sure that I have time for my troops to go back, recover, and get some infantry drafted in these cities. H. Oda eliminated somebody. M. Bison is eliminating people. Tensho 6 Winter.
Allow me to report.
We've newly expanded into Miyazaki Tz. Now we of Sagara have begun moving our wares through Yamada. Let us compete and make business thrive. Yeah, Taka Castle is unusually low on the list here.
Last month went as follows.
So we spent more than we made last month, and we definitely spent provisions, but not a crazy amount.
Please, command me.
We can order winter work onto our farmers. If we lay out fertilizer in castles with less fertile soil, we can make land that can endure many years of crop growing. Sounds like a good idea, Lady Tulpanzer. We've got 1 fertilizer and 1 seeds. So let's put seeds here. Oh, this is fertilizer, excuse me. Apply fertilizer to raise fertility.
Understood.
There's nothing else that's being recommended. I have seeds, but I don't guess you plant seeds in winter, do you? Pretty sure, for example, if I tried to do seeds here, I don't think it's even going to be an option. Just clear and fertilizer. So, we don't have any more labor for clearing, so let's leave that be. For civil, their trade zones we haven't expanded into. Let's just do exactly what they suggest. Tsuno, Taka, and Sadawara are not that different. Cost about the same. Income increase is about the same, but we have a pasture in Tsuno, so I guess let's get in there. And that's our only action available there taken. Now the fact that we've taken 2 more cities, is that expanded? We still are too far away to talk to Mr. Mori up here. We could talk to the Chosakabe. So relationship with Ōtomo is but one of business. Let us leave things like that for now. So this raises an interesting question. It's long term. But when it comes time to attack Shikoku, much will depend on whether the Chosakabe have taken over the island or if they still have viable foes. But that being said, we could pour a lot of gold into befriending the Chosakabe and then discover we really need to go to war with them because there's no place else to land on Shikoku and establish ourselves. So to that end, let's not start buttering anyone in Shikoku up until we actually know what the situation is going to be there, because that's long term. I'm almost positive we're going to want to befriend the Mori, because we don't want to be fighting them until we're actually ready to land on Honshu. And in fact, it's possible that by the time we're ready to land on Honshu, we want to actually come down here. Oda will have taken over this by that time, but maybe we want to work with the Mori against the Oda. But either way, if we befriend the Mori, it's going to be a long time before it's no longer to our advantage to be allied with them, I would think. Anyway. If everybody's armies are home, we can start posting some personnel. Oh, well, we got to get some guys up here. What the hell? Get me out of this screen, game. What am I doing? Stuck in the screen. I don't know how I get out of the screen. I've hit every button on the controller. All I seem to be able to do is... Okay. Yeah, that was weird. Okay, so I got a bunch of people in Sadawara. I could move a few of them. I'm surprised at how many I ended up putting there. Oh, maybe this is where all of the former... might be where a bunch of the former officers of the Ito went, yeah. Well, that's something we could do that might be interesting in this video, is look at our new officers. Isn't Shimazu my sworn enemy? So our new most pissed off guys are well, I guess not this guy. Bayama. Ito Retainer. I have to do a good job as a lord. Okay. I'm looking for the guy who's the actual head of the Ito to see what he thinks of this whole situation. Did he come to work for us? Vulture Bobo. I thought for a second it was like my master are sworn enemy of these guys, which wouldn't have made sense. Tempest Advent. Never mind. I see -3. I keep thinking it's the. I'm an enemy of the Shimazu, but you know what am I doing? I should just be going by name, and then are they organized by first or last? It's last, so I just got to find all the Itos. Since he had blah blah blah. I think this guy might have been the head. Yeah, I think this guy was the head of the Ito. So his bio doesn't mention him being the head of the Ito. But he does have an issue with... He doesn't have very high loyalty requirements, so he's still happy. Part of me wants to just leave them in their lands. I mean, I could even make... It might make sense to make him the ruler of one of their old like the ruler lord of this castle. That might make him happy. Though honestly, he's not the guy who's the most pissed off right now. But yeah, putting him in charge of his old castle might just be a nice gesture.
I understand.
There, that's how I should be doing this. You are not the guy, I think. I got some guys in pretty crappy war here. No, this will be frontline city soon. Solius could go up there, but he'd probably be... I think he's actually leading the unit that marches out of that city. Can't be you. Don't want you up there just yet. You're a pretty good choice, though.
Understood.
Is there anyone there who should be heading down here to get educated? Guys that I threw here because it made sense at the time, but now that I look at it, they're more like the pole guys. No, not really. I kind of threw war dudes up here. Grimwith would make sense. Well, he's already down there. Never mind. I don't know why you're... I guess you're just the guy who's already there. You guys actually might participate in the battle, but I think I'm going to pull you down and start getting you... Oh, well, I mean, Hana Tatsu is going to go to formality school, even if she doesn't like it. It looks like. JG Mystery definitely belongs down there. Let's have to look and see if there's any cities that I've completely gutted by pulling them out. Serena C is... She could use the training, but she's a lord somewhere to keep her happy, so we probably don't want to pull her out. I'm just pulling out people who I don't think were likely to be part of the battle.
I understand.
And... that didn't really gut any... Well, Harasu needs another officer if they're going to march. And that's the city that is currently being run by a lethal feline. And I definitely want him down there commanding troops, because he's good at it.
Understood.
I gotta make sure all these cities that are likely to march have at least 3 officers. And they all do. Oh, now it says 2 of 4. Shoot, I shouldn't have taken somebody out of here. I only took 1 out of here. I needed to take... Ugh, never mind. I need to take another person over there who's not, like, the worst. Your Valor is kind of shitty. You're okay. Let's get you over there. 2 of 5, okay. I think I've gotten a bit confused about how the numbers work. But anyway, we've gone over. We've got a few people who will be taking advantage of the lovely schools. We'll call it a video here. When we come back next time, I'll need to get a fresh controller. And we'll see how long we have before the next plot event starts ripping shit up. Catch you guys next time. I need to hydrate.